He's really hard. You could actually just start paying your rent if you're very good at this game, going to locals and sharking locals.
I will
is it
say,
glamorous? No.
Don't put your cart before the horse.
Absolutely
Be sure that
not.
you're good enough for that before you try.
The thing is, most of the time, just going to a bunch of locals doesn't impede job, like, all of the time.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I would like to point out how excellent this song is, because it's just a bossa nova song in Smash.
so you're very, very familiar with this matchup, I believe.
Yeah.
The concept of Joker versus Snake. Please
Yes.
enlighten me.
So I actually think that this is one of those weird matchups where I think that it is even, but hard for Snake.
Okay.
I think that the matchup is, I think Snake has all of the tools that he needs to be Joker, but he needs to be able to use them in very specific situations.
Okay.
'Cause
So it's like more niche use of his tools than normal.
like the timer on grenade is, I want to say 2.5 seconds. So if you're just throwing grenades and trying to pepper for distance, like, I don't know why he didn't take advantage of it there.
You
but
can
you can let it
hold it-
explode in Rebels Garden.
Yes.
And then you got plenty of Arsene, which is really, really good. At the same time, I don't think Joker is better at fighting his way off of ledge than most characters, frankly. And
Right.
Snake is really, really broken on the ledge.
Yeah.
That is where this character's strengths shine. So, Snake absolutely has the tools to take stocks and exploit Joker and keep him off stage, especially because of how easy it is to edge guard his recovery, or Joker's recovery, with Arsene active. Because it's deceptively a lot easier to cover than the grappling hook. But you don't have access to that all the time, so it's really about getting them to that spot.
I think the important thing that I want to touch on here about the actual match at hand right now is that Lambda here has lost their first Arsene without having taken TwistedRivera here's first stock.
Yeah.
And I feel like any match with Joker doesn't actually start until Arsene appears.
I disagree. I think that there's a propensity in the community to treat Arseneless Joker as like less of a threat than he is.
I don't think that he's not a threat. What I think is the actual pace of the game is not set until you see how the other person reacts and responds to Arsene.
No, I think that's completely reasonable,
Yeah.
and I actually agree. But I also think that the first Arsene is actually relatively easy to deal with. It is the second Arsene where Joker's strengths really shine. When Joker has a second Arsene online and you're both at 160 and in scramble situations and one hit kills you and all of his buttons will kill you, that's when Joker gets real scary.
Meanwhile, we've seen that experience go down, and actually because of that second Arsene, when you saw him respawn, Lambda actually did not have like a full third meter charge like you normally would see.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty beneficial for TwistedRivera to have dealt with that pretty quickly with the forward tilt. But now we're seeing, here's Arsene coming out. I like the idea of the counter there, because a lot of people would swing after that kind of a setup.
I think that we've been seeing TwistedRivera use a lot of up smash in that spot, though, so I probably would have landed on him with a button instead. But, it's all up to a player's judgment. It's really easy to say that in retrospect, and I'm sure that at the time it seemed like a great idea. Most things do.
Okay, but here's the important thing. Now Arsene is gone. TwistedRivera is sitting at 94. And Lambda is sitting at a scary percent against Snake. That up tilt probably would have killed.
Yeah, but see, I think he's playing way more afraid of these grenades than he needs to in this matchup. He was right in front of a grenade there, which he easily could have grabbed and Rebels guarded, because that both gives you an active hitbox from the grenade that will hit Snake away, and then you get the dismissal hitbox from putting away Rebels guard.
Right, you can kind of
gives you a lot of active time to just cover the space around you with hitboxes.
There we go. Okay, I liked the idea of detonating that C4, and I don't think Lambda saw it. That was a sick reversal play.
That was hot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So
Snake's forward air is one of my favorite aerial animations in the entire game, just because of how ruthless it is. He axe kicks you and you explode.
I feel very similarly about DK forward air.
Yeah.
But it's just a feels good move. Did he get Roy zoned there?
Yeah, Joker forward smash does that deceptively frequently. It's why I feel like myself and a lot of other Jokers should be down smashing or up smashing in those spots. It really depends on the context, though.
Okay, Aegon seems like it's pretty solid covering space here.
Yeah, it'll do that for sure. It also, I want to say, clanks with grenade, which is really useful. If they're throwing grenades, you can use it in challenge. Because if they don't challenge, then all of a sudden they're taking, like 25 or whatever from Aegon.
Okay, forward air catches the jump from the ledge. Lambda fresh on the Arsene meter now.
Yeah, 74 isn't too much of a disadvantage for him to be in, so I feel like he could very easily bring it back.
He's not yet at kill percents, but navigating the Nikita is going to be scary. Good.
That was smart.
Good weight. Dropped below it.
I liked he drifted in too because Joker's uppy has a little ledge snap behind it.
Ooh, yeah.
That was excellent coverage. I don't think
Alright,
they
so-
realized that we're
yeah.
going to game 2.
Yeah, it is
Or,
2 out of 3.
maybe they were just saying like a game 1.
Yeah. And that was a tense game 1.
It was a tense game 1.
That was a really sick setup with the C4. I feel like a couple of times we saw that Lambda wasn't really ready for those C4s.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking for them.
I think this is a really interesting matchup.
I think that
like to watch. I think there's a lot happening that can be analyzed and dug into, which I think lends a lot of depth.
And
Ultimate is such a deep game.
you mentioned a couple of things like the counterplay that Arsene is able to bring, or Joker is able to bring to the table with getting a lot of more free Arsenes, being able to utilize those grenades against Snake in a lot of scenarios, and how Snake might have to play differently. What I think we're seeing most of is actually Snake just doing his normal game plan, and Lambda here not actually taking big advantage of parts of the matchup.
I would be inclined to agree. I feel like Lambda's his Joker, obviously, like I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I think he's very good at what he's doing, and he's
doing
operating
normal
very,
Joker things.
Yeah, he's operating very confidently. I just think that he is unaware of counterplay.
Yeah, very specific matchup stuff.
Yeah, which isn't a hard thing. There's so many characters in this game.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep track of counterplay for all of them. But important to keep in mind nonetheless.
Absolutely. So there's these things to look for moving forward. Going to Final Destination as the counter pick, and most Snakes I feel like really don't like this stage. How do you feel about this as a Joker counter pick here?
Down gun.
Yeah, down gun's pretty good.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, he just
down gun. It really owns a lot of the space and really challenges Snake if you're above him and he's trying to set up his stuff. Like when you're above him in disadvantage, that tends to be when Snake wants to set up with
nice weight though.
When Snake wants to set up with grenade and with C4 and whatnot, that's when he's got his time to start setting up his game plan on FD. And Joker has good airspeed and the ability to just,
Yeah.
down gun, as I said.
Okay, yeah, up smash is scary against Tetracarning Joker.
I would certainly agree.
Okay. I was going to say we actually haven't seen a lot of down guns out of Lambda, and I don't know if that's just Smashville. I feel like it's not really easy to down gun effectively on Smashville.
Yeah, Smashville is the best stage for hiding from down gun, but it also gives Joker a lot of opportunities to shark with up smash. So,
Pick your poison.
Exactly.
But we might see a little bit more of that coming into this. Ooh, okay. Just comes down with the forward smash, and watch out for the C4 again, was not ready for it. And comboing with the grenade as well, put some good damage on, but we're close to another Arsene.
C4 is particularly hard to track on Battlefield, or on FD, I think, just because of how dark the stage is, and it switches to red somewhat frequently, so it's kind of hard to keep it separate from the rest of the stage.
Definitely. Like, you have to watch him, and it is there, and it is gone.
I have been known to counterpick to, like, Palutena's Temple FD versus, like, Olimar or Snake, where I have to, like, keep track of a lot of small little things.
Yeah.
Which I think probably would have benefited Lambda very much. But we're here now. And we have a large lead from TwistedRivera.
Okay, good. Gets out of the way of that one, but again, I feel like paying attention to... Where's he going? Where's he going?
Off stage?
Yep.
Oh?
No, that's awesome.
Interesting. Very cool.
Super cool.
Thank you for telling us, Chad. I appreciate that. It's interesting that a Street Fighter player would pick a character like Snake. I feel like a Street Fighter player would go to like Samus or Ryu or Chrom or Wolf or other characters with like pretty typical boxing games, I feel like.
I feel like... Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, we heard from our lovely streamer stream operator M that he plays Alex in Street Fighter, for those of you that haven't seen. Which is interesting because Alex is a big character with a lot of big hitboxes, which Snake kind of is, but Alex is also kind of a grappler, which I would say certainly Snake is not.
Yeah.
At least until 158.
Right. Snake is definitely a setup-oriented character who really does care about stage control and spatial awareness and forcing your opponent to think about multiple things on the screen. So
I just want to say,
I can see it.
After being told that he was a Street Fighter player, watching how he moves in neutral, you see it immediately.
Yeah.
The way that he was just like, I'm going to dash, wait, dash forward, wait, walk, wait, attack. Like, he did that with the forward tilt at some point, and it was like, oh, that's just Street Fighter movement.
Yeah. And you could see him being able to bait out early. It was like a maybe stock 1 of game 2, how he was able to set up another situation where we saw Rebels Guard beating out up smash and whatever was coming afterwards, and he just waited for the activation hitbox, and then he came in with a forward tilt.
Yeah.